Hi, my name is Elsie. Welcome to my channel. And today I wanted to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. I am really nervous, but also really excited. So thank you for joining me and for watching this. And I can't wait to meet you all. Alright, so question number 1. Why did you start this channel? I started this channel for a couple of different reasons. Number 1, it's because I love books. Books are my greatest passion, the love of my life, and I will love books until I die. So I wanted to have a space where I can talk about the books that I love, just talk about books in general. I love everything about them. I love reading them, buying them, and checking them out of the library, just looking at them, trying to write one. So I just love books. I'm obsessed with books. And so I wanted to have that space to talk about it, to meet people who also love books as much as I do. And I wanted to just form a little community online, just to connect with people and form friendships and just to feel like a part of something just greater than me, myself, and I. Reading can be such a solitary activity, so I think that I'm kind of wanting to find other like-minded people online. Also, I feel like, well, I'm in a reading slump, if you didn't know that already. All of my videos so far, I talk about how I'm in a reading slump, but I am in a devastating reading slump for a year now, and it's been really hard to get out of that reading slump. And I feel like a part of it is because I feel like I'm stuck, like I'm stagnated in life. So I feel like my reading slump is due to other components of my life that make it really hard for me to read, like to pick up my book and to actually sit down and read for a long period of time before I start reaching out for my book, or before I start being like, okay, I need to be more productive in other ways in my personal life. So I wanted to have a little project where I can be creative and I can have like a little bit more of a routine and just a goal. And if that goal means, putting out these videos every week, then that's something that I can work on every day, after work or on the weekends, just something to keep me busy and creative. And so far, I've been enjoying it. So I really hope that one day, it has been hard, especially this part, talking in front of the camera. It has been the hardest bit. So I hope one day it'll get easier, and then my videos so far are not at the level that I want them to be, and I know that it's just going to come with time and practice. I'm going to keep on, learning. I have, ideas of what I want my videos to look like, and I'm not there yet. Right now I feel like it's just like I'm getting it done, and I'm almost like on not survival mode, but I'm just like putting myself out there and actually doing it no matter if it's perfect or not, because I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist, and then I stopped doing it. So I've been wanting to do this channel for years now, and every time I've tried, I've always held back because I'm worried about what other people think, and I'm worried about my videos not being great, or them being boring, or people finding me boring, or whatever. So it's been hard, but I'm really trying now. So anyway, long story short, I wanted to form a community online and to be a little bit more creative. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? This is hard. This is, I think, the hardest question on the list. I don't know. I mean, other than being unique in the sense of I am the only me in the world and I have my own unique perspective on things, I don't know what else I could bring to the table. I'm just like here knocking and hoping people actually let me in. So it is really hard for me to come up with something other than just me. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? So again, just meeting people and forming a community, connecting with others. I think that's the most I'm excited about. I'm also excited to, again, just being creative and coming up with different video ideas or like the editing of them and finding little moments in my life that spark this joy of, just life in general, but also, reading, and just, opening up to people so that I can form that community. I don't know if that made any sense, but I hope it did. Number 4, why do you love reading? I love reading because, specifically, I love reading fiction because I feel like I learn something new with every story that I read. I think that what makes us great as human beings is the ability to feel what other people feel. I think that we all have the same, we're all capable of feeling the same emotions and feelings. Those emotions, feelings, are due to different reasons. So like what makes me happy, it's not going to make other people happy, but we all share that feeling of being happy. Like I know what it feels like, and I know what it feels like to be sad, and like someone else knows what it feels like to be sad or to be happy, or just like different emotions. And I think that our biggest superpower as humans is empathy. So I think that that's something that we can explore a little bit more, and I think that that's why fiction exists, so that we can have empathy for others and just being vulnerable with each other. And I think that it's really interesting and amazing that I could read a book about a Japanese woman who has lived all her life in Japan, who that's her life, that's her culture, that's her country, and I can read a story about her there living her life, and I can feel like all of these things that she's going through, like she is able to make me feel all of these things and like put myself in her situation, in her shoes, and see the world through her lens, even if I may not agree with anything, and I find that beautiful. So I'm just giving that as an example, but it can be anyone in like any country in the world, even a fantasy world or science fiction world where I could identify with like an elf in a fantasy book, and I'm never going to be an elf. I've never been an elf, but it's just the fact that they also have these human experiences, and so I think that is the most beautiful thing we have. And yeah, I just love books and being able to identify different human experiences and appreciate them. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? This is a little bit of a complicated question for me. The first book that I remember begging my mom to get me, it's called, I think I read it in Spanish when I was a kid. I think in English it's the Two Princesses of Bamare or something like that. I have it here somewhere. And I just remember like seeing that book at the bookstore and just wanting to read it so bad. So I begged my mom to like let me read it. So I read that book. And I just loved it. I completely loved it. I think I finished reading it and then I kind of started reading it again, just because I fell in love with the characters and the story, and just like everything was just a beautiful book to me. And I just really loved it. And that was like the only book really that I absolutely loved. But it didn't make me feel like a reader. It wasn't like the turning, I guess, point for me to identify myself as a reader. I'm not sure how old I was, but I was young. So I said it was a complicated answer because the series that really got me into books and identifying myself as a reader is sadly a book series about a boy who learns that he's a wizard. So Harry Potter. I have complicated emotions towards that book series and the author. So and the fact that that series really made me feel like I was a reader, and there was a whole worlds out there that I could explore through books. So sadly it is Harry Potter, but also I'm gonna stick with the first book that I begged my mom to read. I think really that was a seed that really planted that love, and it was like, I guess, Harry Potter, the one that watered that seed. Yeah. Number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would ask them, how do you go past your self-doubts and criticisms and your perfectionism, and actually get through clicking publish on your videos, because it's something that I've been struggling with, where it's like the self-doubts of like, oh my gosh, why am I even doing this? Is anyone even gonna watch? Are they actually gonna watch and they're just gonna hate it? So how do you, I guess, quiet down those thoughts, those negative self-doubt thoughts? I think that would be like the first question I would ask them. Number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think the biggest challenge would be staying consistent. Again, because of all these like negative self-doubts that I have, that so far I've been kind of like ignoring, or not ignoring or pushing away. It's more like I'm hitting publish despite those self-doubts. So I think that the biggest challenge would be to staying consistent and not letting those self-doubts overcome my want to keep going with this booktube channel. Number 8. When did you start reading? I started reading when I was a kid. I think I was maybe not 7, probably like 8 or 9 years old. That was with the book that I begged my mom to get me. And then Harry Potter I've read when I was like 11 or 12. So not like super young, but old enough or young enough that I've been a reader for a very long time, and I honestly don't remember a time when I wasn't a reader. Number 9, where do you read? I mostly read in the living room on my couch. That is like the best place for me to read. It's so comfortable. I can just pull up some like pillows and cushions and a blanket and just read for, well, when I'm not in a reading slump, for hours. When I'm in a reading slump, every other day for like 10 minutes. So yeah, I just love reading there. I just read, I like reading in a relatively open space. I just feel like more comfortable. I don't really like reading in my room, but the living room, I think I just like commandeer the living room and the couch for hours, and everyone else has to deal with it. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I honestly like to read all kinds of books. The one that I kind of hesitate to read the most, like the genre, would be horror, just because I'm a baby and I get scared about everything. So I kind of have like, I read with a lot of caution when it comes to horror, and even then I don't think I've read that many horror books. But the books that I like to read the most are, like literary fiction, contemporary fiction, just general fiction, also classics. And I also love romance or love stories. I love stories. I love stories so much. Like I just love when two characters meet and it's like they form this connection, and it starts to, the relationship starts to develop or grow. And it doesn't have to be like, if it's a slow burn, that's like the perfect for me. I don't really like, love at first sight or whatever. It's just like, for me, a slow burn is the best, where it's like the two characters form this deep connection first, and then they realize that they've fallen in love, or that they are falling in love, or it goes almost like beyond a romantic connection. It's just like a human connection, so deep. That's what I love to read. And so I love just fiction in general. Fiction with like any novel with a heavy romantic subplot, I am there. I am sat and I am reading it. So if you have any recommendations, like books like that, like let me know and I will read them in like a heartbeat. But other than that, as a teenager, I used to read a lot of fantasy. So I haven't really been reading fantasy for the past several years, but I've been wanting to get back to it. So maybe I'll get back to it in this coming year. So yeah, so just in general, fiction in general, and romance novels. Yeah, so fiction, contemporary fiction, literary fiction, classics, and romance. I think those are the type of books that I like to read the most. Thrillers and mysteries here and there as well. So let me know if you have any recommendations. And number 11, what does your book collection look like? So I have a lot of books in my bookshelves in my background. These are not all the books that I own. I have a lot of books in boxes at my parents' house that I need to go get. And then I have another bookshelf in my living room but I have like a lot of like the newer books that I've recently bought. And then I also have some other books that are kind of sentimental if like someone gave it to me, so that bookshelf is over in my living room. And over here is just like general fiction. I have some classics, some contemporary, some romance. What else? I have some poetry. I have some philosophy. I have some kids books, and then I have a lot of YA because I grew up reading a lot of YA as a teenager, and also like in my early 20s. And then I have books in Spanish as well. And then this is the book that I was telling you guys about that I begged my mom to get me. And then I have a couple of books that I stole from my friend that I need to get back to her. So soon. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway, so I have all of these books, and then the books at my parents' house that I need to go get. So that's all the questions for the Booktube Newbie Tag. So let me know if you guys have any more questions, or if you have any book recommendations or any tips or tricks to get out of this reading slump. Let me know what you guys are reading, what you guys like to read, if there's anything that again that you recommend that I read, or what are you guys other interests, if you like to listen to music or movies, TV shows, anything like that. Let me know in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram, and I can't wait to meet all of you. Bye.